Now I want to go to a hybrid story, and this story is very consistent in regards to the work that we do here, because we do the property planning piece and then we obviously go and implement that property planning through our buyer's agents and also through the mortgage broking team. Now in this particular case, we're talking about a 50s couple, professional couple, very time poor couple in Sydney, and they were working with Rachel Cole as their property investment advisor out of Sydney. Now their story is a bit like this. They feel, when they sat down with Rachel, they felt like they'd missed some big opportunities and made some mistakes. One of the mistakes was that they did inherit a property. One of the family members, along with their brothers, inherited a property, and they decided to sell that property many years ago. Now, as far as our client was concerned, they thought that was a mistake, and it was a Sydney property, and we know what's happened with properties in Sydney. And that has now meant that obviously they didn't get the luxury of having that inheritance do more work for them because they crystallised it early. Now they've got their big rock in the jar, so their family home in Sydney is very comfortable for them. They've got teenage children, some of them starting to become dependent kids, so really the focus for them was about how are they going to retire. So this story is, in my view, a not too late story. In some cases it can be it's too late for property, but in this particular case, it was a not too late story. So Rachel developed a plan which had a couple of quick purchases to get them underway for their retirement targets. Now, I then want to pivot to the buyer's agents who then did some work in regards to this and that's Christa, one of our leading buyer's agents in the team. She was able to find a cracking property that has been what we would consider an under market value purchase. How do we do that? Well, this is the story. It's another Brisbane story in a really good area of Brisbane, and the lady was moving out of the home to go into a nursing home. Now, as everyone knows, when you move out of your home to move into a nursing home, the nursing home needs a bond, and it's a significant amount of money. Now, the family, who obviously are related to the older lady, didn't have that money, couldn't raise that money, so they needed to raise that money by selling the property. So what happens in this case? Sell the property because they need to get her in the nursing home quickly. That means a quick sale. So Christa was aware of this, and she thought that the auction came along very, very quickly. So it was a brief auction marketing period, and we attended the auction. Now that property was passed into us at $555,000. Now the reserve on the property was $600,000. So we appraised that property around the 600 to 610. So we thought the selling agent was being realistic, but ultimately because they had to sell, we knew that we were in an upper hand in terms of the negotiating story there, because the negotiation for us could be around, you need a sale today, we don't need to buy today. So you need to meet our price point, not necessarily us meeting your price point. So we were able to get that property unconditionally secured at $565,000. And again, we appraised that property around the 600 to 610,000. So a great result there. And these customers have given us some really good feedback around the fact that one, they're time poor. Two, by going through the planning process and seeing what's possible for them, their opportunity and potential has given them the confidence to act. And thirdly, which is what I really like, is they've been really happy with the third party recommendations that we've made. So what we're talking about there, when you're building out your quality team of professionals, you're going to need a pest inspector, you're going to need a conveyancer or a lawyer in that particular state to do the transfer of title and the settlement process. So they were really pleased with the professional standards of our recommended third-party partners. So that's important for us because we only recommend certain partners that we think do the great work, and we don't get kickbacks or soft dollar referrals. It's really important for us that we make those professional recommendations as opposed to something that we're going to be rewarded for. So I love that story. An older couple moving quickly to move into building out their team of professional advisors around them and acting quickly. So I can only see good things for this couple, and the feedback from Rachel and also from Christa is they were a delight to work for. They were very accommodative in terms of understanding. They asked the right questions, but they were also quite excited about the story that they're about to go on. So I think that's a great hybrid story where we're seeing that connectivity between our advisors and the buyer's agents executing for satisfied customers.